Good morning, Tony. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Sunshine. How are you?
Oh, love the sunshine thing. Tony Brock, a founding member of the BABYS, going to be in town Friday night at Jurgles. You ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready to go.
All right, buddy. All right, so back in the late 70s, here's this mega talented band. You had some success. Bonnie, what is your favorite baby song?
Isn't it time?
Isn't it time?
Yeah.
Every time I think of you, Midnight Rendezvous, isn't it time? You had some, and all the members of the band were incredibly talented. John Waite, who obviously went on and had solo success. You had members going to Styx and Journey and Air Supply. You had some major success with Rod Stewart. I'm always interested, what breaks a band up?
Well, that's a good question. The problem was our singer, John, just decided he wanted to go solo. And to this day, I can never understand why he couldn't do a solo project and still keep the BABYS going.
Your new lead singer, John, you pronounce his last name Basala?
Basaha.
Basaha, okay. He actually looks and sounds a lot like John Waite. Am I seeing things?
Yeah, no, you're not. But it's kind of not. It wasn't on purpose, but it was on purpose. It was. We weren't trying to make a John Waite look-alike because we wanted to move on because we were a band. It wasn't about John Waite. It was we were a unit. Like if you take it anywhere, and I'm not saying we're as good as Zeppelin or good as, but if you take any one of those guys away, it's not the band anymore. Right. So you don't have the same magic. Not It was kind of hard to believe a little bit, and. But he didn't look like John Waite, but he just had that.
He had the right sound.
Yeah, had the right sound.
Yeah.
He had a great voice, and of course I needed him at that point to sound a little bit like John Waite because he wanted to keep the BABYS on the same direction. But he just naturally sang like John. If you listen to the record and sing it. But we made our own record, and he's got the soul. Obviously the original BABYS came from a lot of. We grew up with Zeppelin. We used to warm up for Zeppelin and the Who, and lucky enough with Free and people like that, we all play the same clubs.
All right, we're talking to Tony Brock, one of the founding members of the BABYS, who's going to be in town on Friday night at Jurgles. So 30 years in between your records, so that creative juice and that chemistry with Wally, you always in the back of your mind said, man, what if we were so close? Let's get back together and see if we can reproduce some of that magic. Was that the goal?
It was, yeah. After I spoke to Wally, he said, well, let's do it. Let's do it together. And Wally was living in Florida. We flew him out to started auditions for singers. And luckily enough, when we were making the record, Wally had all these old tapes that he and I had recorded in my old studio years back when we were with the BABYS. And so all that original stuff that Wally and I had written when we were in that frame of mind came forward, and we used at least 50% of that on the new record.
All right, so you had the BABYS. You were on the brink of huge success. You had a multi-talented band. Kind of fell apart, but all the members seemed to find their way. You. And there's your resume here. There's so many people I want to ask you about. So I'm just going to mention some names. Rod Stewart. You were with Rod in the heyday. What was it like working with Rod?
Rod who?
You know what? That's what he said. You know what? I called him Rod. He goes, Sir Rod to you, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. We weren't allowed to say Rod. We had to call him Sir Rod Stewart. Yeah. Oh, boy.
What was he like? What was he really like to work with?
Oh, he's fantastic. We're still great buddies, That's why I can still joke about it. But he's, I had 12 years with him, and it was just, we couldn't do anything wrong, we had such a great time.
Okay, give me an example. Give me some of the craziest moments you've had with Rod.
Dish the dirt.
You sure you want me to?
Absolutely, I want to know.
Yeah,
Give me a. Come on, Tony. Give me a good story, buddy.
No, there's lots of them. There's too many, but
Come on, pick one. Come on, give me a juicy one.
One time we were. Rob was doing an interview up in his suite. He was doing this fantastic an interview with I've forgotten his name right now. It was bad, but we decided to go get some animals and some chickens and anything we could find, some rabbits and we brought the hotel let us bring them up through the kitchen and we got our roadies to bring them up through the kitchen, and then just as they're halfway through the interview, and we just let these chickens and everything go in his room, and he and the guy doing the interview just was jumping on the couch, jumping like little girls.
Oh no, a chicken.
Hey, what was Rod's reaction?
Oh, he was jumping up and down like a little girl, because he was, there was chicken feathers and poop going everywhere.
Oh, that's
gosh.
beautiful.
Oh man.
All right,
but we used to have a private little club together called the Sex Police, and we would go around to the members of the band or whoever and take their doors down and unscrew the doors, get everything out of the room, put it in the bathroom. Of course, the last thing to go in would be the mattress, because
oh my gosh,
then you can't open the door.
Oh, jeez.
We do that sort of thing, and we'd hang people's luggage. Have you ever tried to pull your suitcases up from the window on a piece of rope?
No, Tony, we're normal.
No,
normal people don't do that.
We don't put our luggage out the window.
That's funny. All right, I had one interaction with Elton John, and he was. I've heard he was a diva, but he was absolutely an absolute sweetheart. What was your experience?
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
All this joking around that's been going around lately about Rod and Elton being not cool with each other. That's not true. They just have the strangest relationship. They're sort of a love-hate thing, but they love each other because but they pull pranks on each other, and it's one-upmanship,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, fun.
yeah, it's all good. It's like high school, and it's all just in good nature,
So you said, Wally, you know what? We didn't have enough fun back in the late '70s. Let's do some hijinks and go on form the Babies back again, and let's bring some of that magic back. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We get older, but us people in the radio and records,
we still want to have fun. We still love the music.
We don't mature very well, do we?
No, why not?
No, well, my wheelchair fits on the drum riser just fine now.
Oh, you're so silly. Oh, you stop it. So we're going to be watching for luggage to be hanging out of the windows at Jurgles and on your bus or something, right?
Yeah, there's
Friday night.
If you see luggage out of a motel in Wexford, it's just Tony Brock and the crew.
All right.
So how is Jurgles, guys? Tell me.
Oh, it's very fun. It's a fun club. Yeah.
And the owners are fantastic. I love them.
Nice people. Yeah, you'll like it. And it's a nice area. And the weather's going to be perfect. You'll have a great day to go out and do something crazy around the area.
Oh, cool. Are you guys close enough to come down?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'd love to if we got time, but we're flying in really late the night before.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If you could make the show, you're really welcome and come back and say, hey, I'd love to meet you, so you put a pair of you.
Sure.
All right. Well, I'll bring my luggage.
No. It'd be
Tony
great to
Brock,
see you. Thanks.
one of the founding members of the Babies, drummer, Jurgles Friday night. It's been an absolute pleasure, Tony. Thank you for checking in.
Oh, I'd love to. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank
All right,
you, Tony.
very good.
All right, good luck.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.